Phew, that was a close one. What? You thought it was not gonna be close? No, honestly, I didn't. By the time you hear this, Bills Mafia, Victory Monday will be over, but because we're talking about it on Victory Monday, happy Victory Monday to you, and happy holidays. It's Bills postgame, Bills versus Patriots, and it begins now. Let's get rolling. Welcome to Sports for Beginners. This is the show where I cover the Pittsburgh Penguins, Toronto Blue Jays, and take you on a journey through the world of sports. From the fans' perspective, here is your host, Scott McGregor. Let's have some fun. What is up, Bills Mafia? It is your host, Scott McGregor, coming to you live on Victory Monday. Happy Victory Monday to you. The Buffalo Bills defeated the New England Patriots by a score of 24-21. A heck of a day for Josh and the gang that started a bit slow, you might say. A bit slow, you might say. As always, we like to start with our head coaches, and as I mentioned in the pregame show on Sunday that we did record on Sunday, but both of those shows coming your way today on a Monday. If they don't come out, they will come out either after Christmas or they will come out right at Christmas Eve, which is tomorrow. But I got a little bit of action to get to on the Penguin side of things. And as we speak, the Penguins are battling the one, the only, yes, they are battling the one, the only Philadelphia Flyers. It's the Flyers and the Penguins tonight. 5-3 the score as we speak right now. But we are talking Penguins and Flyers. Sorry, not Penguins and Flyers. We are talking Patriots and Bills. Scott, focus. You're addressing Bills Mafia right now. Scott, focus. Okay, anywho, as I mentioned in the pregame show, which was called Before They Kick Off, the Buffalo Bills are head coached. As we start off our Bills postgame show, as always, we start off with the head coaches and quarterback. Head coaches for Buffalo, it is Sean McDermott. And the quarterback for the Bills, we all know him. We all know him. It's Josh Allen, number 17. Josh Allen himself. Alrighty. Who is our head coach and our quarterback for the New England Patriots? You'd think it would be Bill Belichick, right? Well, it's not. Let me introduce you to Mayo. Jared Mayo. Gerard Mayo. There we go. If I pronounced it wrong, if I pronounced the head coach's name wrong, I apologize. Robert Kraft is the owner of the Patriots right now. Gerard Mayo is our head coach of the Patriots. The head coach of the Bills is Sean McDermott. The quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, we know, is Josh Allen. I was going to say John, but no, I mean to say Josh Allen. The quarterback of the New England Patriots is a rookie. He's a rookie, and he's been making quite a name for himself. even though the season hasn't gone all too well for him. Let me introduce you to Drake May. Drake May versus Josh Allen. Gerard Mayo taking on Gerard Mayo taking on Sean McDermott in the head coach standpoint. And the Buffalo Bills were at 11-3 coming into this game. The New England Patriots were at 3-11 coming into this game. They dropped to 3-12. The Bills improved to 12-3. How did the Bills do it despite coming off a game where, get this, the Bills didn't start very well in this game, and yet they find a way to win this football game? I'm going to be real honest with you. Bills Mafia. I'm going to be really honest with you as we move into our first break of the program. I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm going to be really honest with you. Like right now. I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm going to be real honest with you. Absolutely as honest as I can be. I'm going to be real honest with you. I thought after the way we started this game, this was going to be a blowout in favor of the Patriots, who, as we know, are not eligible to play in the playoffs this year. That's right. They are not eligible to play in the playoffs this year. They are not able to play in the playoffs this year. But why? Why not? Well, given their record, and I should mention they are fourth in the AFC East right now. All right. Well, the Bills are number one in the East of the AFC East. They also are now 5-time AFC East champions in the Sean McDermott, Josh Allen era. All right. I think it's about time we take a break. When we come back, like we always do, we're going to get into our first half, second half game breakdown. Game stats also still to come. And much more, including our game balls of the game, my play of the game, and so much more. And a reminder that this is coming your way after the Dolphins post-game show and our post-game show I did earlier today from the same day, which was Sunday, when we saw the Minnesota Frost in the PWHL action take on the New York Siren. They won that one in a shootout and bounced back against the Sirens. All right, I think it's about time we take the break. Coming up when we return, we'll talk first half highlights, or scoring rather. Second half also coming up, so be sure to stick with us as well. I want to get into the play of the game stats following the second half breakdown. And we will also get into a live look around the NFL if we have a chance to do so. As we are now into the final 2 weeks of the season, we will only be doing, when we do our look ahead to wrap up the show, we will only be doing a look to next week. And just a programming note here, unless before we get to Sunday, the Bills' time with the Jets changes for this week's matchup against the Jets, we will not have another edition of Before They Kick Off on Sports for Beginners, at least until the next Patriot game, depending on the time of the Patriots game. So, with that being said, we're going to take a break and be back in just a moment. Stick with us. The breakdown coming up next.
Looking for conversations on books and more, as well as tutorials on using your favorite devices and applications? You've come to the right place. Join us weekly on Spicy Techie, where Ali and Sienna provide insightful conversations, as well as useful tips and tricks to help you along on your technological journey. To learn more, tune into the show and like the Spicy Techie Facebook page. Search for Spicy Techie.
Looking for a good hockey podcast that covers your favorite hockey teams and mine? Check out On the Ice and Behind the Benches, where we chat about our favorite hockey teams from puck drop to the last play of the action. To learn more, follow the On the Ice and Behind the Benches Facebook page. Search On the Ice and Behind the Benches. Bills win a close one. Phew, that was a close one. Phew, that was a close one. As Monsters Inc.'s George Sanderson would say, hey, thanks, guys. That was a close one. But hey, yeah, it was a close one. But it was also a game that the Bills didn't have the lead right at the beginning of the game. So how did they turn this around? Let's talk about it. In what I like to call, when we talk about our first breakdown, the Patriots half of the game, because the Patriots, up until James Cook went 46 yards for a touchdown, had the lead. Here's how they did it. Drake May, he'll find KB for a 28-yard touchdown. Extra point by Sly is good. By JS, I should say, is good for the New England kicker. It's 7-0 Patriots. Patriots lead 7-0. Ramondre Stevenson, remember him? So after one quarter of play. New England is up 7-0 on Buffalo, in Buffalo. Ramondre Stevenson, remember him? He gets in on the action and goes 14 yards for a Patriots touchdown. Extra point by Jake S. Or by JS, as I'll say, because I'm not really sure what we can call there on the kicker. I'll figure that out as we go along here. But anyways, JS, extra point, up and good, 14-0. New England over Buffalo. Buffalo down by 14 points early. After the Ramondre Stevenson touchdown and extra point by JS, making it 14-0 in favor of New England. Just before the half, Alec Anderson reported in as eligible, and James Cook, I mentioned this earlier, but we didn't get to the play yet. But James Cook gets the handoff from Josh, and he goes to the left tackle side. Gets free, goes 46 yards for the touchdown. And Buffalo's on the board with the extra point by Tyler Bass, up and good. It's 14-7 at the half. Bills have cut into that 14-point lead by the Patriots, and at the half they trail by 7. Third quarter. Now we're into the second half recap. Here we go. Bills on the ball, 9 minutes and 41 seconds. That's when they take this game from a 14-7 to a 14-14 as they tie the game up here. Josh drops back, goes to the left, the short side, finds Cook for the 4-yard touchdown. And Buffalo is in this football game, as if they weren't really in this football game. They were in this football game, even if it was 14 points that they were down by. They pull off the comeback here with a 50-yard field goal to make it 17-14 Buffalo. Good by Tyler Bass after Bass makes 2 extra points to have Buffalo able to tie this game up after James Cook went 46 yards, for the Bills' first touchdown late in the first half. That was on the ground. James Cook's 4-yard touchdown catch was good enough for the Bills' second touchdown of the game, and that tied the game up 14-14. Later in the third quarter, Tyler Bass tested with a 50-yard field goal. The hold by Sam Martin and Reed Ferguson under center is good. It's a good one. And he knocks the 50-yarder in the uprights, by the uprights, I should say, right down the middle. It's now Buffalo up 17-14 after 3 quarters of play. Uh-oh, Buffalo woke up. Here come the Bills. Drake May does avert a sack, but he fumbles at the New England 3-yard line, and this one's recovered by Taron Johnson at the New England 1-yard line. It's a minus New England 1-yard touchdown. And Buffalo now goes up by 10 points at 24-14. At this point in time, it was 17-14 in favor of Buffalo. And now the New England team was, and now New England, they were up by 14. Now they're down by 3 around this time. And now they're down by 24 as extra point by Tyler Bass is up and good. And that would be 3 good extra points made by Tyler Bass. 2 of them to get the Bills within striking distance, which they were throughout the course of the game, but they did not have a good start to this game. And that, by any stretch of the imagination, could not be anywhere further from the truth. Even Sean McDermott mentioned it in his post-game media availability after the game. He did not like how the game started, but he also said he was really pleased at how the team was able to find a way to win the game. Maybe that might not be what he said, but I did listen to the post-game quotes by Coach McDermott. But then again, I didn't like the first half. I didn't really like that first half, but I liked what I saw late first half. I liked what I saw late first half after we allowed 2 touchdowns by the Patriots. I like that little, okay, that's enough. Let's try to get back into this football game. And I really like the composure for the Buffalo offense and the defense to say, okay, the first half wasn't great. Let's try to have a better second half. And they turned that first half performance around. And with that being said, Drake May does get another good pass in this game. This one goes to the right side to Hunter Henry for 9 yards. And evidently, it would be a 3-point lead for Buffalo to come out of home soil, winning 24-21. They win by 3. So that's about as close as you can get. But I think the closest the Bills could have gotten, whether it was a win or a loss, was that game against the Rams 2 weeks ago at 44-42. Yeah, they lost the game, but that was pretty dang close. If you could win by a safety, you win a very, very close game. You win by a field goal. Again, very close game. Very close game. Very close. Very, very close. All right. The Penguins game has also just gone final as we speak. So I will bring that to you when we get out of here. But there's still a lot more to do here before we do so. And you know what? I could bring you what I said I was going to bring you on the pregame show from the early window on Sunday, but I don't know if we're going to have a lot of time for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break now. When we come back, I'll give you the game stats of the game. We will give you the play of the game. And you know what? It's Christmas Eve. By the time you probably listen to this show and the pregame show and other shows as of late that have yet to be put out. But I'm feeling giving, so whatever. If this ends up being a 1 hour program, whatever. I promised you we would go over the early window and the late window. We might as well go over Sunday Night Football because that ended before we could even record our program. But with that being said, why not? Why not go over that Sunday window? Why not? Why not? We'll do that next on Bills Postgame. Stick with us. Play of the game, game stats, and the Week 16 Sunday window, as well as what's going on now in the Monday Night Football main event, which is underway right now and at halftime. We are going to get into the Sunday slate when we return. Stick with us.
CNT Radio will never give you up. They will never let you down. Nor will they run around or desert you. So join Nick Astley for The Melting Pot every Saturday on CNT Radio. Hang on a minute. He's not Nick Astley. Oh, jings, I've done it wrong. Anyway, just join Nick for The Melting Pot on CNT Radio.
Take another look with Gerda Felix and Melanie Taddeo Malo, two powerful women of diverse backgrounds having genuine, unique, and uncomfortable conversations that everyone needs to have. Join Melanie and Gerda for conversations about what is missing from human connections.
Oh boy, that was a close one. 24-21, the Bills beat the Patriots. I don't know if they could do that again next week against the Patriots after they play this week. And I say this week because by the time you hear this, we're getting ready for the Jets and the Bills. So I don't know if the Patriots and the Bills could pull off a close one again on week 18. We're going to have to wait and see. That we will have to wait and see. But I have a very close feeling that no matter what happens, we're going to get a good one. I think we're going to get a good one. So regardless, I think we're going to get a good one out of this game. I think we're going to get a good one. We're going to have a good one. I can already sense it right now. We're going to have a good one between the Patriots and the Buffalo Bills coming soon. We're going to have a good one. We're going to have a good one. I have a very good feeling we're going to have a good one coming. All right. Moving on. Game stats time as we come back here into the program here. Again, as I said, our final score 24-21 in favor of the Bills, which is why I said off the top, even though by the time you listen to this, Victory Monday will be over, I said happy Victory Monday to you. And Merry Christmas to all of you. Whether you're a Patriot fan, a Bills fan, a football fan in general, it doesn't matter. All right, here we go. Game stats time before we get into the Sunday slate of games. Let's get over that. Here we go. Time of possession. The Bills had the ball for 29 minutes and 3 seconds. The Patriots had the ball for 30 minutes and 57 seconds. 28 first downs in total for the Patriots, 19 first downs in total for the Bills. The Bills had 11 passing first downs. Both teams equivalent for 8 first downs on the ground. New England, though, with 13 first downs in the air, passing. No penalty first downs for Buffalo in this game, but 7 were given to the Patriots. The Patriots were 7 of 12 on the day on third down efficiency. They went for it twice on fourth down and converted. The Bills were 4 of 11 on third down, but they also went for it on fourth down and converted. They only went for it once and converted once. Total yards, 379 yards total for the New England Patriots. The Buffalo Bills, 324 yards. 324 yards for Buffalo total. 58 plays called by Buffalo. They average 5.6 yards a play. Per play, I should say. Same thing for the Patriots, but they called 68 plays. But they average 5.6 yards per play. Passing yards, 261 for the Patriots. Again, that's 261 yards passing for the Patriots. Josh Allen, of course, that's for Drake May. He threw for 261 yards. Josh Allen threw for 154 yards. 154 yards on the play of game. Josh completed 16 out of 29 of his drop back. Drake May was 22 of 36, averaging 6.7 yards per pass. Josh averaged 5.1 yards per pass. Josh was sacked twice. He was sacked once, but only gave up 2 yards on 1 sack. Drake May got sacked twice and gave up 8 yards as a result. $126 yards rushing for the Patriots, 172 yards rushing for Buffalo. Buffalo had 28 rushes, averaging 6.1 yards per rush. In the red zone and goal to go efficiency, they were perfect each time, 1 for 1 in both categories. 30 rushes for the Patriots. They were 2 for 3 in the red zone. Perfect in goal to go efficiency at 2 for 2. They average on those 30 rushes 4.2 yards per rush. 5 penalties were called to New England for 34 yards. Buffalo had 13 for 78 yards. 13 penalties for Buffalo for 78 yards. Only one Buffalo turnover, 3 turnovers for the Patriots. A rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns for Drake May and the Patriots. They had 2 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. 3 touchdowns total. And speaking of that, the Bills also totaled 3 touchdowns. 1 on defensive special teams. That was Tyron Johnson. 1 in the air to James Cook. And 1 on the ground by James Cook. Return yards, 46 yards for Buffalo. No punt yards for Buffalo, but they got the 46 on the 2 kickoff returns. They also had 1 interception in this game, but no yards gained. On the one time the Patriots intercepted Josh Allen, they only got 6 yards in their attempts at punting and kickoff. They had no yards gained on the punt. The 1 punt attempt they had. They had 2 attempts, just like Buffalo, in the kickoff return yards. And they got 61 yards out of those returns. But once again, nobody was safetied in this ball game. And there you have it. That's how it was drawn up on Sunday. Those are your stats from Sunday between the Patriots and Bills. Round 1. A little late in the season, but hey, better late than never. And how about doing it before Christmas? What a great idea. Alrighty. Play of the game coming up before we take the next break, but first, we had quite an interesting week 16 go down. I mean, Thursday night, the Chargers took down the Broncos after doing something we hadn't seen in a while, a long while, 48 years since the San Diego Chargers did this to the Buffalo Bills, and they do it to the Denver Broncos under the new name, the Los Angeles Chargers. And this was when Denver still had the lead. They would have the lead at the half, but then Herbert, Justin Herbert took over in that second half. Again, the final score in LA, 34-27. Those pesky Chiefs on Saturday. We need a loss, so we're begging on the Steelers to beat them on Christmas. The Chiefs defeated the Texans 27-19. The Ravens also defeated the Steelers 34-17 in the Saturday doubleheader last week. In the Sunday matchup, of course, this is still Week 16's recap, but I'm saying this all because by the time you hear this, we're going into Week 17's recap. The Miami Dolphins beat the San Francisco 49ers 29-17. The Bengals beat the Cleveland Browns 24-6. The Atlanta Falcons beat the G-Man Giants 34-7. The Detroit Lions bounced back after losing to Buffalo in Week 15. They bounced back and beat the Bears 34-17. Cardinals go to overtime and the Panthers come out victorious 36-30. Your final score there in Carolina. 38-30 the final in Indianapolis as the Indianapolis Colts defeat the Tennessee Titans. The Minnesota Vikings top the Seattle Seahawks 27-24. The Washington Commanders top the Eagles 36-33. The Los Angeles Rams top the Jets 19-9 in New York. The Las Vegas Raiders top the Jaguars 19-14. And in the Sunday Night Football matchup, the Cowboys, speaking of close ones, they win a close one 26-24 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that's all we have for you right now, because that Monday Night Football game right now is at 21-0 in favor of the Green Bay Packers. They are running on cruise control, it looks like, as they have not allowed the Saints, excuse me, not the Patriots. I was going to say the Patriots, but I quickly corrected myself, because the Patriots played the Bills. They played the Bills on Sunday. The Saints have not been able to get on the board as of yet. Could that change in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field? I honestly, at this point, I'm not sure that will happen, but we will see. All right. Gonna take a break. When we come back, the play of the game from this game that we're covering, the Bills and the Patriots, plus the game balls of the game, and coming up next week for Buffalo and for the Patriots. And then it's time for me to hightail it out of here and get into the Penguins post-game studio for Penguins and the Flyers. Penguins Nation, Flyers Nation, you've waited long enough. It's time for the Battle of Pennsylvania. And that's coming up after I get out of here for Bills postgame. Play of the game is next, along with the game balls of the game and what's next for the Bills next week. What's next for the Patriots next week? Plus, I will, just before we come out of here, I will let everyone know, as you guys are, I think everyone already knows it, but I will let everyone know just in case we don't get to it again. Only one game separates the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs from home field advantage and the number one seed in the AFC. Since we brought that up now, we'll bring it up again when we return to Bills postgame after this in 30 seconds. Bills postgame, Patriots, Bills, round one wraps up on the other side. Stick with us. Looking for a good hockey podcast that covers your favorite hockey teams and mine? Check out On the Ice and Behind the Benches, where we chat about our favorite hockey teams from puck drop to the last play of the action. To learn more, follow the On the Ice and Behind the Benches Facebook page. Search On the Ice and Behind the Benches. Battle of Pennsylvania recap. Penguins and Flyers. That game just finaled. Your final score, as you will hear on Penguins postgame, 7-3 in favor of the Penguins. The Penguins win round 1 of 4 between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. With that all being said, I will bring that to you in just a matter of moments. As the host of On the Ice and Behind the Benches mentioned on the Maple Leaf Post recap for the Jets and Maple Leafs, the Raptors are currently in play against the New York Knicks. They are actually on the way to wrapping that one up as we speak. The Knicks lead the Raptors 139-122 as we speak. But they are on the way to wrapping that one up. So it looks like the Knicks might have a chance to win this game. I mean, technically they are winning the game. And the score just changed. As I said, it was 139-122. It's actually now 124-139, or 139-124, still in favor of the Knicks, as that game approaches the final moments of the fourth quarter in New York between the Knicks and the Raptors. All right. Back to the game we're talking about on Bills postgame. Here we go with our play of the game. And you know what? I said right then and there, even when we did the recap, I said right then and there when I saw after, because I didn't see the first touchdown by the Patriots. I also didn't see when it became 14-0, but I was really trying to get on so I could catch the game. So I caught the game just before James Cook scored the touchdown he did. I didn't see the 14-0. I didn't see the 7-0 touchdown. I wish I did, but that's okay. It's all right. There's always the next time that they play, which will be a week from this Sunday. Is it a 1 p.m. game when the Patriots battle the Bills in Foxborough a week from next Sunday, which this Sunday I should say? We're going to find out. I'm very sure we're finding that out after the game between the Jets and the Bills, which is the topic of conversation next week on Bills postgame. Before we get to setting that up, even after I missed those 2 touchdowns by the Patriots, I said to myself, this has got to be good enough for my play of the game. This has got to be good enough for my play of the game. I said to myself, even after going over this in our recap, I said, I have to talk about James Cook's 46-yard touchdown run. I thought Cook was gone. I thought James Cook was gone. As soon as I saw him get free, Bills Mafia, of the Patriot defenders, I said, that's it. James Cook is going 46 yards for the end zone. He's gone. He's gone. Don't worry about catching him. You're not going to catch him. He's gone. He's going into the end zone. He's going to score. And he did. But what's good enough for my play of the game is the play that happened after that. Josh connecting with Cook for the game-tying touchdown after the half when it was 14-7 at the half. I mean, so James Cook, his 46-yard touchdown run was good. It was good. But I just feel like that pass from Josh to James was even better. Because you want to see Josh throw the ball, right? You want to make him throw the ball, right? When you're down. Well, sometimes you got to look at a guy like Josh Allen, who was hurt in the game, but I do recall he did get back into the football game and finish off the game. And I do also recall that Mitch Trubisky was warming up for Buffalo, but Josh had said that he was coming back. And that just proves to me that Josh Allen is tough as nails and he's going to try whatever it takes. He's going to try whatever it takes to win, and he's also going to try to make sure that if he gets hurt, he goes through procedure and then make sure that he gets back out there to play. So Josh Allen and James Cook connection is good enough for my play of the game, of this game. And that brings us to our game balls of the game. We are now about 48 minutes into the program, which is good. It's good timing. Good timing. This is very good timing. With that all being said, we are nearing the end of the show. And you know what? It wasn't Josh's best game. Only a touchdown, an interception, and he did get sacked. But the dude completed 16 catches, on the 29 attempts that he had to throw the ball, I should say. So Josh is going to get one of my game balls of the game for Buffalo. Another guy going to get a game ball of the game. I mean, why not give it to James Cook? Why not give a game ball to James Cook? Why not? 11 carries, 100 yards for James Cook. His longest was his 46-yard touchdown run. And he averaged 9.1 yards a carry. I was going to say a carry instead of a comeback, but there. Anyways, those are the two Buffalo Bills I'm going to give a game ball to. But an honorable mention will go to Ray Davis. I really like what I saw from him. Also, I felt like the touchdown fumble that was recovered was good enough for a nice little touchdown there. So I've got to give some credit out there to Taron Johnson, who did recover the fumble and took it to the house for a touchdown. Also, the Bills did fumble the ball twice. But they did not lose the ball on those fumbles. They also recovered the ball twice. Dorian Williams also had a fumble recovery. Well, I mean, I mean, you can say that, but the officials said otherwise. All right. But the two that I'm going to give it to are James Cook and Josh Allen, with an honorable mention being Ray Davis for Buffalo. For the Patriots, game balls. Going to give one to Ramondre Stevenson. Went 60 yards for the game, 14 yards his longest run. A touchdown, averaging 5 yards a run on 12 carries. Drake May is also going to get one. Only picked off once. Same as Allen. 2 touchdowns in the air, 2 sacks. Given up. Threw for 261 yards. 261 yards. He threw for 261 yards. Completed 22 of his 36 attempts in passes. And an honorable mention, Hunter Henry, a touchdown in the air, 39 yards. Longest catch was 13 yards. Sorry, 12 yards, excuse me. 9 targets and 4 catches. One of those 4 catches going to the end zone for a touchdown later in the game. And that'll just about do it for this episode of Bill's Postgame. But before we go, time now to preview next week for Buffalo and next week for the Patriots. We know what the week prior is going to be, but what's next week? I mean, and by next week, I mean, what's the week before the Bills go head to head with the Patriots again next week? A week from Sunday. Well, for the Patriots, they will have an NFL Network game at 1 p.m. on Saturday as they take on the Chargers at home in Foxborough, where they will host the Bills a week from Sunday. Meanwhile, the Bills and our next Bills postgame will be the finale of our home stand for this season rather. As we will face the Jets in the Highmark Stadium home stand finale next week, and the week prior to going to Foxborough to take on, I should say, the team we were just talking about today that played out on Sunday, December 22nd, 2024. I got to get to a Penguins post-game show, but I will catch you, Bills Mafia, on the other side of the Christmas holiday for the final 2 games of the regular season. And we are in the playoffs. So Bills postgame doesn't stop at the end of the regular season. It's going into the postseason again. How far will the Bills get this year? Is this the year we finally do what Bills Mafia wants and what everyone in Buffalo fans want? Is this the year? We will find out once the regular season is in the rear view mirror, but one game at a time. Since the LA Rams lost, the Bills are now 2-0 since that loss. They've won 2 games straight since losing to the Rams. Can they make it 4 games after playing the Jets at 1 p.m. Eastern this upcoming Sunday? Stick around to find out next time on Bills Postgame. Go enjoy your Victory Monday, everybody. We're feeling given, so we're going to give you the victory speech plus shout to take us out of here. Penguins fans, Penguins and Flyers coming up next on Penguins Postgame. So don't you dare touch that dial. We will be back with a Penguins postgame show for you coming up real soon. But Bills Mafia, I will catch you on the flip side. And with that said, time to go into the locker room for the victory speech. Gonna play the short, as these will take us into the next week. A lot to learn from, yes indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Bills Mafia, I now present to you as I take my leave of Bills postgame, the shout song as we sign off, and Sean McDermott and Josh Allen. Sean? Josh? Take it away. Here comes the victory speech from Coach McDermott and Josh Allen. We know it is hard to win in this league, but here's what Coach McDermott and Josh Allen had to say post-game in the locker room to the team. Enjoy. Go Bills! And I look forward to catching up with you again next week after Bills and Jets. Enjoy.
It's hard to win, right? We know it is hard to win. Congrats. We're going to learn a lot from this one right here, right? We're going to learn a lot. Way to come together. Second half, defense taking the football away, offense controlling that line of scrimmage. Hell of a job, man. Hell of a job. Hey, a lot to be thankful for, right? This time of year right here, a lot to be thankful for. Good win, baby. Good win. Say, win on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Alrighty. It is hard to win in this league. Didn't exactly get all of that, but you know what? A win is a win. So it's time now to hear, as we wrap up here, our shout song. As I said before the victory speech, go Bills, And I look forward to catching up with you again real soon. Shout. It's time. It's time to sing. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great Christmas. And I wish you all a blessed new year. We will catch you on the flip side for Jets and Bills next time. In the meantime, here's our victory program, our victory song that we play, win or lose, because we cheer loud and proud for the Buffalo Bills. Take it away, shout.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Come on and shout. Say you will. Yeah. Buffalo's happening now. We're on the move now. The Bills are happening now. They're making it happen now. You got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah. You got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. The Bills make me wanna.
See you next week. Bills Mafia, and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for listening to Sports for Beginners. If you would like to learn more about the show, you can visit the podcast Facebook page or visit the official website. You can also send us an email at sportsforbeginnerspodcast8231@gmail.com. As we always remind you, it is not goodbye, it is until next time.